I'd like to show you how to do a hatched region, create a hatched region in a detail. I've shown you how to do an invisible masked area. Now I'd like to do a hatched region. What I'm going to do is draw a steel angle in here on top of this steel beam over top of these model lines. So we go to the view, annotate tab. Annotate tab, and under region we've got masking region and filled region. So I'd like to do a filled region, and I've got the line tool I highlighted, and I'm going to change my line type. Since this is something in section, I'm going to use medium lines, and I'm going to zoom in and draw this thing. So we'll start from the end of the beam, and I'm going to make it 15 millimeters thick. Okay, so we've got that thickness done. And now we're going to set what type of material hatch to put in that boundary. So we go over here and edit type. And I'm going to pick, it's set on steel, but just so you can see there are many types that you can choose from in the filled region. And so steel it is that we want to use. Line weight for the hatching will be 1, which is our lightest line weight. Say OK to that. And once we're finished all of that, we can say OK, and it puts it in. And now I'm fairly happy with that. I just want to move it over a little bit. I want to set it just on top of that line. There, let's back out. And that reads fairly well. We've got a steel angle sitting on top of the steel beam, and it's noted that way. I'd like to show an alternate way of doing a steel angle. Now, you still need to know how to do filled regions, but I'm going to get rid of that for now, and let's bring it in as a detail component. So, still under the Annotate tab, I go to Component. You saw how we inserted the bricks as a repeating detail component. Now I'm going to insert a single detail component, and I've got a steel stud track runner that you can see installed for the top of that plate there, and the bottom runner here. But we want something different, so I'm going to pick Load Family and go to my metric library, and then there's a category, a folder for detail components. And there's all 16 divisions of the detail components. I would like to look under metals, and I'm looking for structural metal framing. And there's many to look at. If we go in this first category, I'll just click on that. You can see it is a hollow steel section, round, and then so on. There's channels, beams, square tubes, angles, all sorts of pre-drawn detail components. The one I've chosen was this steel angle right here. And again, you've got many things to choose from in section and in elevation. So I've got a steel angle chosen. You can see by the arrows I can flip it around once I install it. So I'm going to say OK to that. Now, after I've inserted that component, you can see that there are many sizes of that angle shape. And I'm going to pick one that's 200 millimeters tall. Right there's a 200, 102. That's not bad. Yeah, let's take that. 203, 102. Say OK to that. And so here it is. There's our steel angle, and I can place it over here, and then I can flip it, and then I can move it into place. So I'm just going to eyeball that for the moment. Zoom in there, make sure I'm happy with that. And that's a heavy angle. We could choose a smaller angle and replace it. But as far as demonstrating the installation of a detail component, it is done just like that, which is faster and easier than drawing a hatch region. So I would save the hatch regions for custom shapes.